Hello, this is Kent at Zamplo, and in today's video, I'm going to dive deeper into how to export records from Zamplo when building a mailing list or any kind of marketing list to contact property owners for that matter. It'll also give me a good opportunity to update our existing Zamplo users on some of the more recent enhancements that we've made to the Zamplo platform that some of you may not yet be aware of. So, two different ways to really export data in Zamplo. If you're a new user, the very first thing that you're probably going to do is to go to export data in the top left-hand corner. And here are the different list of filters that we have that you can begin using when creating your query. So we have some that are already checked off that are the more popular or standard ones by default. And the very first thing you're going to start at is the state and the county. So today we're going to work out of Kern County. Now, as I put in these filters, on the right-hand side, you're going to see a count adjustment of how many records or parcels fit within those parameters. So, for example, if I say I don't want anything greater than 5 acres, it's then going to narrow it down even further. Of course, as vacant land investors, we want empty lots only. And then again, it narrows it down further to that. So for today, we're going to go through person and maybe trusts, owner proximity. We'll do out of state and same state but different zip. And then excluding parcels with same owners. This is just if John Smith owns 10 parcels in that county. This is making sure that we're not sending mail to him 10 times or pulling him up 10 times on our export for that matter. So I'm going to say yes. And the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to say a road has to be within 30 feet. I added this one just because it's one of our more popular filters. It's a predictive landlocked filter. So we actually take a look at satellite imagery through an AI tool to determine if there is a road within 30 feet. And if there is, it's included in the list. And if there isn't, it is removed from your export. So, of course, it's possible that there could still be a road within 30 feet and something is landlocked, but it's going to highly reduce that and should hopefully save you a lot of money, time, not only on the data and the mail itself, but also time of those individuals that may have landlocked properties that are calling you with interest to sell if that is not the type of property that you're looking for. Now, we can see right now it's 41,000 records. Kern's a pretty big county, a lot of vacant land, and if you are a brand new land investor, I doubt that you're ready to start sending 41,000 pieces of mail. Now, even if we got rid of same state, different zip, where most of the owners are going to be, we're still going to be at close to 9,000 records. So for those where this is your 9 to 5, this is your full-time job, and you have a team, that is probably great. That's what you're looking for. You can go ahead and move on to export data. If you are new to the land investing space, if you have another 9 to 5 and that volume of mail going out is not something that you can control because you are not able to answer the phone at all hours of the day, or that maybe it just doesn't fit within your current budget. Maybe you're dipping your toes in and wanting to do more of like 1,000 records a month. This is not going to be the best area for you to pull your records. So the other tool that we have is the polygon tool, and that is accessed through the map. Now, just before I jump to the map, I'm going to draw attention to one more button on this page, and that's the saved query page. So if there are certain parameters that you always like to filter by, you can save that as a query, so the next time that you go and you're doing a different county, you can basically just change the county and away you go. This is also going to come into play as I show you how we are exporting data from the map using the polygon tool. So the other way to export data, we're going to go to the map. And so why the polygon tool? For myself as a land investor, many times when I'm wanting to export a new list of property owners to send mail to, I just want to get a little bit more focused or drill into a certain geographic area that isn't the entire county. Perhaps it's only a certain subdivision, or maybe I just want a better way to visually see what parts of county that I have mailed to already. So that's where the polygon tool is going to fall into place. Now, I'm on the map. I'm seeing the entire United States. If I want to get narrowed down to just Kern County, I can select that at the top, and it's going to automatically pull me into that area. So this tool right here is the polygon tool, and you can select whatever shape you want your polygon to be. So if I kind of zoom in a little bit here, and maybe, without any scientific reason, I'm just going to go ahead and start drawing this shape. Now, one thing I want to mention, because I've seen it happen a couple times, is many people, when they first are using this tool, they are wanting to hold down the left clicker on their mouse and basically draw the shape. This, all you really have to do is click where your starting point is, click the next point, and then move down, click your mouse, and then you always end by clicking where you started. So you don't have to hold down that to make that shape. So here we go. We have our shape. Now, before I go ahead and save this shape, which I think there's a really good use case and reason why I recommend saving your shapes, what you can do is you can hit this export parcel button at the bottom. And that's actually going to show you a count of how many parcels fall within that shape. Now, that query, that save query option that I mentioned on the previous page, if you have a saved query, you can come in and apply those filters right at this level to get an idea of how many records actually fit within all of those different parameters that you're hunting for. So in this particular query that I've named 0.1 to 10 acres, it's narrowed it down to 124 parcels. So I might go, okay, I actually want a little bit more than that. So when I return here, I can click and I can drag this to become bigger. And then I can ask for the count again to see how many parcels fit within that there. And then come in and say, okay, now how many do I have within this parameter? And then it narrows it down to that just further. So when you go to save this, you're going to hit Save New Shapes, and then we're going to call this Kern 1 and press Save. And then we have that save. So at a later date now, I can come back to that, and I have that visual shape that shows me, hey, this is an area that I've pulled the records for and have mailed to previously. Now, when I go to export parcels and I hit this one right here, I can go ahead and hit continue, and it's going to take me to this export parcel data page again, where if you want to apply additional filters, you can select this little arrow right here, and that drop down appears to go ahead and add in the additional things that you're looking for. Now, assuming that I don't want to add anything else, when I go to export data, and this number right here, because it's counted up on the submission, that's why it's saying 362 records, and the number on our actual map was different. But when I go to export data, here it's actually going to show me the number of records that showed up on that map. So once you get to this page, you still haven't used your monthly allotment of records that come with your subscription. Here you get to decide what columns are going to come over in that export. So we have some different preset ones. Detailed is going to add everything, 211 different columns. That's likely too much noise for the average person. Our most popular is basic plus comps and URLs. And if you want, you can also go through these different columns, and if you want to add lat and long, for example, you can do that. And so you can save that as a preset as well, so it remembers that just like your queries. And then once you go to export and pay, you're going to get to this page right here where it's going to download that list for you. So while it does that, I'm going to return to the Zamplo map, and I'm going to actually go load shapes. So when I hit load shape, I can now come into here and I can say, okay, maybe I'm focusing around California City in Kern County for whatever reason. Again, no scientific reason, just kind of picking something at random here. So now I can see multiple shapes. And that's the thing that's also worth mentioning is you can export more than one shape at a time. So if you want to get really specific or kind of omit a certain area, you can do that. Maybe this, mountain range that goes down the middle, you kind of want to stay away from there. So you come over here and you draw another shape in this area. If I want to go to load even further shapes, and the one that we had before, so these two and the kern, now I'm getting all those shapes. And this is really just a good visual for those that don't want to hit an entire county at once. Again, Kern's a very big county, a lot of vacant land. So now we can come through here and pick a different color and draw a new shape that maybe follows this. Again, there's no scientific reason to this. I'm just kind of putting together for the example. And then you can come in and save it as a new shape, and I'll call that Kern 2. And then go ahead and export parcels. So our download should be available now. When I hit download, that's just going to pop up here. So it's a CSV file. You can open it, of course, in both Excel, Google Sheets, or another spreadsheet tool. I'm going to use Google Sheets today, and I'm going to go ahead and hit open. And I am going to drag that file over here. So just one thing I want to mention on this spreadsheet is, so of course it's brought over the columns that I asked to come over. And one of the columns that is a little bit more unique within Zamplo, if we scroll over, so we'll get through, owner name, all that kind of fun stuff, mailing address. But the column is the Zamplo map URL. So we can, for example, get a phone call from somebody and start talking to them and find them on this spreadsheet. Or if you've populated this into your CRM, maybe you have this in there as a custom field. But the idea is you click on that link and it's automatically going to take you to the location of that parcel. So it gives you all the details and information right here. This is another basically version of the data that you're seeing on the spreadsheet. And it comes with all the other things that you might not have even included on your spreadsheet. So how many structures are within 1 times the radius, 2 times the radius. Of course, this is a area where there's a lot of houses, so there's going to be a lot of structures there. So if we come back here, maybe a different person, does this. And kind of jump into this area right here. So again, comes in right here, shows you all the key details that you may be looking for. Other thing to note is you can hit Google Maps, and it's going to take you to that area on Google Maps where I imagined this would have a street view. So then it kind of drops me into that area that I might have been looking at, so I can get just a different view of what it is opposed to the satellite map. The other thing too is there is a Zillow link. So if you select that, that's going to take you to that area on Zillow. So most instances, somebody might come into here and say, I only want to see sold, and I only want lots of land. And then you can kind of see some, comparables in there as well. Now, a lot of those comps, should also be mentioned, will be on your spreadsheet. So if you come into your spreadsheet and you click on one of these right here, it would take you into a comp in that area. It shows you, okay, it was 55,000. It was sold, let's see if there was a date here, back in 2022. And on your spreadsheet as well, it will show you the distance, so how far away it is from that particular parcel. So this is a deeper dive into Zamplo in video form than I have done before. But if you are yet to be a Zamplo user and you're looking to dive deeper into maybe some specific use cases that I didn't go over today, feel free to reach out, give me a call directly, send us an email. we're happy to set up a one-for-one demonstration. And if you are an existing Zamplo user and you want to go over any questions that you have or review anything for records that you've already pulled, feel free to reach out. We're happy to kind of talk through or work through anything with you as well. So hope that was beneficial to everybody today. As always, if you have any questions, we're here to help, and we look forward to working with you all.